The system is broken. The current state of education is lamentably backward, as it fails to foster critical thought and doubt in children. Instead of encouraging them to cultivate their intelligence, we compel them to memorize and unquestioningly accept established ideas, beliefs, and discoveries, merely to sustain the smooth functioning of our society. We measure success not by true intelligence, but by intellectuality, gauged by the ability to memorize vast amounts of information. This relentless focus on testing year after year only amplifies the opportunities for children to feel like failures. Renowned unschooling pioneer John Holt astutely observed that the constant testing and fear of failure imposed on children diminishes their capacity to perceive, remember, and engage with the material being taught. It propels them toward devising strategies to deceive teachers into thinking they understand what they truly do not know. The content presented within these pages is radical and challenges the prevailing status quo. We must strive to become living embodiments of fulfilled lives, motivating children to comprehend the workings of their minds and bodies, thus enabling them to forge their unique paths to knowledge. My belief is rooted in the notion that we should educate children to become fully human. You may notice that at times I deviate from the central topic, delving into discussions on infant behavior, the nature of play, and other seemingly unrelated subjects. However, these diversions are intentional, for they are intricately interconnected with how children ultimately learn, perceive, and interact with the world around them. We must cease producing individuals who are ready-made products of the assembly line, poised to enter the workforce by their early 20s or even earlier. Tragically, this is precisely what the school system perpetuates, squelching their creativity, muting their voices, and training them to blindly follow and consume. Education is a method whereby one acquires a higher grade of prejudices. Lawrence J. Peterlee. Schools have become breeding grounds for social hierarchies, where the pressure to perform reigns supreme. Lawrence J. Peterlee astutely asserts that education is merely a means of acquiring a higher grade of prejudices, indicating that our children are coerced into competing anxiously with one another based on their short-term memory abilities. They are stripped of their freedom to explore and connect with the natural rhythms of life, severed from the innate connection to nature that should be fostered. They are tested, labeled, and squeezed into the confines of a standardized box, despite the reality that human beings are not designed to fit such narrow parameters. I hold an unwavering belief that schools function as mere training grounds for mechanistic beings, rather than nurturing true learning in human beings. Norman Douglas astutely describes education as a state-controlled manufactory of echoes, emphasizing its focus on the mindless repetition of predetermined knowledge, rather than fostering independent thought and critical inquiry.